everyone, it is Sunday morning. Yesterday I put a photograph on Twitter of some pancakes I was making for the rest of my family, and I said they weren't for me. They were full protein, absolutely normal pancakes, eggs and milk, etc. And I asked if anyone would be interested in seeing me make some low protein ones, and people were interested, so here we go. I've got my ingredients and my equipment already here. I've got some salt, caster sugar, low protein flour. In this case I'm using Fate mix, a little bit of custard powder, some sunflower oil and some water. Okay, so to start with, in a large bowl I'm going to get my dry ingredients together. So I want 300 grams of my Fate mix, 80 grams of caster sugar. I'm using golden caster sugar because it's what I've got in the cupboard. About 30 grams of custard powder. There we go. And lastly, for the dry ingredients, is about half a teaspoon of salt. There we go. So that's all my dry ingredients. I'm going to give them a bit of a mix just to kind of make sure they're all well mixed together. I don't want any lumps or anything later when I come to make my actual batter. And once I've done this, the next thing to be doing is going to be to measure out and mix together the wet ingredients, because we're going to add these about half at a time. So I'll get rid of that now. Now I've already measured out 450 ml of cold water and 75 ml of sunflower oil. I find the best way to measure out sunflower oil is actually if you use a baby's bottle. It's got all the marks already on there, so it's a really easy way to measure it out. So I'm just going to mix those two together. And I'm going to mix this together in this bowl, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix about half of the wet ingredients in at once. Little tip, if you're struggling like I am because your bowl's sliding around all over the place, stick a tea towel underneath it. It does help. Helps if it's a damp tea towel. This dry tea towel is not doing me a huge number of favours. If you stick a damp tea towel under it, it does actually help stop the bowl moving around. Okay, so there's my pancake batter. Okay, so we've come over to the hob now, because we're ready to actually make the pancakes. So I've got my big non-stick frying pan out. I'm just going to chuck a knob of butter in, just to help lubricate the pan. I like to add a tiny bit of oil in the pan with the butter, because I think it helps stop the butter from burning. So I'm just going to let that pan heat up for a little bit, let that batter melt. Now these pancakes, the batter itself is quite thick. As you can see, it's thickened up since I mixed it a few moments ago. Now what you'll find is when you add the batter to the pan, it won't, like a normal pancake, if you make normal pancakes you can pour your batter in and it runs out and spreads out nicely over the bottom of the pan. This mix, because it's quite thick, if you want it to make really big pancakes, you're going to need to actually use the back of the spoon, or I'm using a ladle, to spread out the mixture in the bottom of the pan. Otherwise you're just going to end up with a big thick blob in the middle. Let's try and be a little bit less ambitious on the size of this one. You get any bits that miss, you can just scrape them out. So you can see this pancake's bubbling up a lot here. That will kind of calm down a bit when you flip it over. There we go, that looks more pancake. Okay, so we've managed to successfully make a couple of pancakes. I have got loads and loads of the mix left. There's loads of that left, so maybe I'll try freezing it, I don't know. Maybe I'll make some more later. It'll probably keep for, I would imagine, it'll keep for a couple of days if you put it in a jar in a fridge. I don't know if it will work if you freeze it. Maybe I'll try it and come back to you on that. But I've got lots left to make some more. So with my two that I'm going to have for breakfast, my personal favourite, I have to say, is lemon juice and caster sugar, but I haven't got any lemons. So second favourite, little knob of butter and some golden syrup. Maple syrup's really good if you can get it, but it's quite expensive. I'm not going to try and pretend that's a healthy breakfast, but it is delicious.